I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my phone? Step out.
In the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Terence Crawford's triumphant celebration in Omaha took an unexpected turn. Only hours after the city honored him with a grand parade and a lively party celebrating his victory over Canelo Alvarez, the boxing star was pulled over by police in the early morning hours. According to authorities, Crawford was driving a blue four-door sedan at high speed when officers stopped him at 1:27 a.m. The situation quickly escalated after police reportedly spotted a firearm on the floorboard, prompting them to order everyone out of the vehicle at gunpoint.
Let him know, with this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody says.
Tim Bradley shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's traffic stop, offering a sharp and thought-provoking take that caught many people's attention. Bradley suggested that what happened that night was less about a simple traffic violation and more about sending a pointed message to the champion. In his view, Crawford's fame had reached a level where some authorities may have felt compelled to remind him that no one, no matter how successful, stands above the law. He likened the incident to a familiar and unfortunate pattern, when moments of triumph are suddenly disrupted by tension and unease. Bradley's words struck a chord with fans who recognized the irony of Crawford's celebration being eclipsed by flashing lights and a confrontation with police.
Seatbelt. Step out. I'm
opening
the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening
off
the door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my phone? Step out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crawford's security chief offered a chilling recount of the traffic stop, describing a night that spiraled from celebration to fear in moments. From their perspective, the officers seemed tense and on edge, escalating the encounter in a way that sparked genuine alarm. What should have been a weekend of victory quickly turned into a moment of danger, as the group was ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The chief recalled how the atmosphere shifted instantly from calm to threatening, a memory he called one of the most unsettling experiences of his career. To him, what happened that night went far beyond a routine traffic stop. It became a terrifying ordeal that none of them would ever forget.
He on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. What the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. Before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see him in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see.
According to reports, police initially pulled over Terence Crawford's vehicle on suspicion of reckless driving. During the stop, officers claimed they saw two firearms on the floorboard, which immediately heightened the tension and led them to order everyone out of the car at gunpoint. However, after further investigation, it was confirmed that the weapons were legally owned and properly registered. With no additional violations found, officers issued Crawford a citation for reckless driving and released him shortly afterward. Though the matter was officially resolved, many observers saw deeper meaning in the incident. Critics argued that, on the very day Omaha celebrated Crawford as a hero, city authorities seemed intent on reminding him who held the power. To them, the stop wasn't merely about traffic safety, it was about reinforcing the balance of authority in the champion's own hometown.
To receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after-party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on
Andre Ward, one of boxing's most respected voices, offered a deeper perspective on the controversy, highlighting how Terence Crawford has long faced attempts to downplay his greatness. Ward noted that even before the Canelo fight, critics frequently dismissed Crawford's wins as mere decisions rather than displays of dominance. In Ward's view, that narrative was a calculated effort to undermine the fighter's legacy and diminish the impact of his exceptional skill. He suggested that the Omaha traffic stop was part of a broader pattern, a champion continually forced to defend his name and accomplishments against forces eager to lessen his shine. Ward stressed that no amount of scrutiny or criticism could erase Crawford's proven record or the hard-earned respect he commands inside the ring.
KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cuddihy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by Crawford.
Commentators have suggested that there may be more to the incident than the official reports reveal. Some believe that Omaha's leadership might have felt uneasy about the growing influence and recognition Crawford commands within the city. His journey from local talent to world champion has made him not just a sports icon but a powerful symbol of community pride. Analysts hinted that the traffic stop could have been a subtle reminder, both to Crawford and the public, that established authorities still hold control. This perspective ties the event to a broader reality. With great fame often comes greater scrutiny, and those who rise to prominence frequently face moments designed to test their resilience or limit their influence.
They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. There was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon. I knew this kid was going to be that. Or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it again against Canelo Alvarez.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, expressed his strong support for Terence Crawford, emphasizing that no controversy could ever overshadow Crawford's extraordinary achievements. Khan praised his skill, discipline, and relentless drive, recalling how he had always believed Crawford would rise to become one of the best in boxing history. In Khan's view, the recent events in Omaha did nothing to diminish the reality that Crawford is a reigning champion with a legacy already firmly secured. He argued that any effort to downplay Crawford's success or question his standing would ultimately fail against the undeniable proof of his greatness. For fans, Khan's words served as a reminder that true talent endures, and that no amount of criticism can dim the brilliance of a genuine champion.
He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving.
The stark difference between official reports and eyewitness accounts created a deep divide in how the night's events were interpreted. While the Omaha Police Department characterized the encounter as a routine traffic stop for reckless driving, Crawford's head of security portrayed it as a frightening ordeal. He described the officer's behavior as excessive and unnecessarily aggressive, escalating a simple stop into a dangerous confrontation. These conflicting versions of events sparked broader questions about transparency, accountability, and trust in law enforcement. For many observers, it became difficult to reconcile the calm tone of the official report with the fear and tension described by those who experienced the incident firsthand.
Watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
As an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday, Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt, and they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about? Is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit. Right.
City leaders quickly acknowledged the intensity of the public response and took steps to address growing concerns. Both the mayor of Omaha and the city's police chief released statements pledging a full and transparent review of the incident. They assured the community that an internal affairs investigation would be conducted to uphold accountability and public trust. However, despite these reassurances, skepticism lingered among those who felt the official statements downplayed the true seriousness of what had occurred. While the announcement of an investigation was seen as a necessary move, many believed that the real test would be whether the city's actions ultimately aligned with its promises. Observers noted that the episode reflected a broader tension, the kind that often emerges when a single individual's rise to influence challenges the authority of long-standing institutions.
Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car.
Analysts argued that those already in positions of authority often feel threatened by the rise of new figures, especially when that rise earns widespread public admiration. From this perspective, the Omaha traffic stop may have represented more than a mere enforcement issue. It symbolized a deeper clash between personal achievement and institutional power. This theme echoed a timeless reality. Individuals who ascend to influence frequently face resistance from those intent on preserving control. Some commentators also raised concerns about potential prejudice, suggesting that the stop might not have been driven purely by procedure but could have reflected broader social biases. While most avoided overt accusations, many expressed that Crawford's experience fit into a wider pattern, where people are sometimes treated differently based on identity rather than conduct. These discussions stirred strong emotions among.
No meat to it except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. A police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Blah, blah, blah.